am recording from a vehicle again. I'm lucky that the rain has stopped because it was pouring rain today. Yay for making things happen. So I wanted to talk about a thought that I just had. What I want to do is have a thing called Therapeutic Thursdays, where I get a little introspective about some kind of topic, or I talk about something that I've been thinking about throughout the week. So this is going to be my first installation of a Therapeutic Thursday. I did this improv class at the Second City in Toronto, which was like super fun for bringing me out of my shell and just having a good time and something fun to do in my spare time that like made me feel excited. The thing of improv is using the phrase yes and. And yes and is basically, in terms of improv, is somebody presents an idea, and instead of canceling it or negating it, you're supposed to just always go with the phrase yes and. So somebody can present an idea and present a thought or present a theme for your scene or for whatever it is that you're doing, because there's multiple different kinds of scenes that you can do in improv, and for all of it you're supposed to always go with what the person said and build upon it. So it is a yes and what I think I want to do, and what it made me think about, was why don't I bring that yes and attitude to my everyday life? Relating back to my last video, I feel like lately I got a little bit judgmental of myself and of other people and things, and I hate judgmental. I was never judgmental, and I don't really know where that came from, but that doesn't matter because it's something that I can work on and fix. And so my focus, I think, is going to be staying with that yes and attitude. So when somebody says something or has a thought, I am going to follow it up with yes and let's build on that. Yes, and how can I learn from that? Or yes, and how can we make this better without bashing your idea or talking you down in a certain way? Well, it got me thinking, because when I was away, everybody was sharing my vape, and it was a question of what's the flavor, and the flavor that I bought is called Toodles, and it doesn't actually have, like, they don't have an official flavor for it. It's just like supposed to be a mystery flavor, and a friend of mine was like calling it creme brulee because it tasted like creme brulee, and she would say creme brulee and I'd be like, no, it's not creme brulee, like it actually doesn't have a flavor, we don't really know what it is. And I'm thinking back to myself, back to that moment, and I'm like, why did I negate the idea? Why didn't I just go with it? Creme brulee is fucking awesome and delicious. So instead of being like, no, that's not it, instead I'm gonna be like, yes, and it's awesome and everybody loves it, so let's call it creme brulee and go with it, because that is so much better than trying to figure something out for exactly what it is, because there are so many answers to any question and anything, and everybody is right in some kind of way. So I think the yes and is me wanting to take that attitude, and instead of thinking maybe what's wrong with this situation or what could be wrong, let's say yes, you're right, or yes, you're right in some way, even if you might be wrong in the slightest. Yes and let's move forward. Oh no. It happened. I thought it was gonna fall, and I was hoping it wasn't gonna fall, and then it did. It did again! Ah! Fuck. Well, I'm glad I got my thought out before this happened. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's not focus on what's wrong with the situation. Let's say, yes, that's a good idea, or yes, you're right in some respects, and how can we become more right, or how can we get more clarity, or how can we all become more in unison and more understanding and involved? Because who really knows what's right and what's wrong? We don't. Nobody does. It's kind of an impossible thing to figure out. So why not just take the perspective and think that everybody is right in some sort of way, and you can learn from everybody in some sort of way, and take that yes and attitude and bring it to every aspect of your life, whether it be in your workplace, whether it be with your friends, whether it be with yourself and your own mental patterns. Don't think negatively about yourself, don't think negatively about others, don't think negatively about situations, and say yes to everything. And how can we make this better? Or, and how can we understand this more? Or, how can we build upon this and make it cooler or better or more exciting or anything else? So I invite everybody to use that idea and attitude in your everyday life, try it for a day, try it for a week, try it for however long you want to try it for, and let me know in the comments below how it worked for you and how it may have changed your perception on things, or how it may have changed the way the course of your day or your week or your whatever went, and what new opportunities and what new connections you may have made from saying yes. And also, if you want to see my Therapeutic Thursday videos, please hit that subscribe button wherever it is. I don't know where it is. I want to say it's down there, but it could be up there. But wherever it is, please hit it, because I'm trying to help some people and make some influence in a sometimes gloomy world. And also, if I can get to 100 subscribers, I can pick a custom URL, and I would really like to have a custom URL so that I can share my page a lot easier. So in my own selfish way, please hit subscribe, because it would help me a lot in getting myself out there and doing these videos, making these videos. It's helping me grow as a person by thinking about these things and then coming on and talking about them and sharing that with the world and hearing other people's perspectives on what they think about what I think, because we all have thoughts and we all have great ideas and we are all awesome people if we choose to see everybody else as a positive influence and we choose to say yes to each other and build upon ourselves and our lives and the world. So I love you. For whoever is actually watching this video, thank you for watching. I really, really appreciate it, and I would love to hear what you think about what I have to say, and I would love to hear what you think about this yes and attitude, and I would love to hear what you think about anything you want to comment about in general. So leave me some comments, and I will read them all, and I will respond and send all the love that I possibly can. Have a great week.